Hey kids, Nothing here. Trying to plan out all these videos that I want to make. I've basically spent the past 4 years waking up and just regaining my memories and checking all the brainwashing that modern society has done to this human brain of mine and trying to recover only pure memories while correlating them to relevant historical data. And I mean data, not interpretations of data. Most of what you think of as history are mere interpretations of limited data, often interpretations based on crucial pieces of evidence that are hoaxed. This is something that people need to not just be aware of. This is something you need to go back through your entire past, everything that you learned, and question, how smart am I? Am I as smart as I think I am? Do I really know a damn thing? And I could tell you a million reasons why you don't. But that's not really what I'm here for. And that's certainly not the purpose of this video. What I want to do today is simply lay out sort of my objectives and kind of give everyone a grain of salt to go with. I want people to not drop your previous conceptions, especially if they're biblical and you consider yourself a truly good person and you have instincts on what you think should be. But I also want to kind of break down a list of questions I have for the truthers out there. Because there's a lot of people on this here internets that are bullshitters. And I don't appreciate it. And you should care what I think. So, what you have is several thousand people paid by the Kremlin and a couple of other governments, I think, that are hostile to us, possibly factions within Saudi Arabia. There's plenty of them that are hostile to us. And I'm sure there's some people in other countries kind of provoked by Iran, wind up with their own organizations and Death to America, la 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 la. Okay. These people got to be stopped. All right. Whether it's Islam or it's white supremacy or it's Talmudic, we're better than everybody else Judaism, it needs to be stopped. You all need to just take a moment to realize that you are not perfect and that you are damn lucky God lets you exist. Every one of you. Then will you learn to love each other. So back to my questions. Anybody remember me yet? The first question I like to say is, if Jesus wasn't a warrior, and I mean a terrible son of a bitch, how did he single-handedly sack, just demolish, I mean, just go in there and fucking vandalize everything? A Roman-occupied temple in the most important city at the time in the region. Anybody? Anybody? I mean, turn the other cheek. This is meaningful. But if you think that it means don't stand up for yourself, you're only partially right. Stand up for yourself in things that are just, but do not harm anyone more than you have to. Stand up for those that you love. Risk your life to save others. But when it comes down to a contest of egos, oh, I'm a fight better than you. Oh, I'm a bigger man than you. Blah, 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 blah. Blah, 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 blah. Grow up. What are you, 4? I'm 4 years old. No, I'm 4.5 years old. No, I'm 4 3/4 years old. I don't even fucking know fractions and I'm 5. Ah. Grow up. Love each other. Come on. Okay, so question number 2. Do you really think that you understand what happened on Pearl Harbor, JFK, or 9/11? Do you have absolute faith? Would you go before the throne of God and say, behold, this is so? I don't think so. In fact, I know you wouldn't. What you have to go and do is watch as much live footage as you can from on the ground in Ukraine and anywhere else along that Russian border there, and see what's going on, and see what the men of the North are really up to, see what they're really capable of, see what their strategies, their plans, and their habits are. Then take a walk back through history. See if something stands out. Russia is involved in everything. This can be just easily verified. You just go through the basics of history. Let's see. Right before Pearl Harbor, who did we just encourage to continue their war against the Russians? That'd be Japan. Oh, you didn't know that? Oh, yeah, not many people know that. There's all these bullshit conspiracies from these bullshit truthers talking about the United States government putting a tax on itself. And for a while, before I woke up, long before I woke up, I kind of bought into it. But I wasn't a moron who thought I had any conclusive evidence. I thought, something's going on there, and here's what we can know, here's what we can't know. And I personally could not draw a conclusion. And I told other people that they couldn't. Just, you can't. I would share the information, but I would say you can't really know who's absolutely behind it, but you can know some people that are involved. Okay? And that the same thing with, all right. One thing you'll learn when you watch Russian Roulette by Vice News, and I suggest you watch 1, 2, watch them in order, watch every single one, have coffee, don't let yourself drift. You need to pay attention like you're observing these events personally and really try to empathize with these people. And what you'll find is that a lot of people you're sitting there trying to empathize with, there's no empathy there. They're completely full of shit. They're actors. They're provocateurs. And you can go all the way back to World War II Germany and see that everybody was fucking killing everybody. And for us to all be like, oh, Nazis were bad. That's like the pot calling a little piece of charcoal black. Okay? You know what most people's biggest beef at the time was with Germany? That they were an integrated society. They had blacks and whites living together. They had children that were not only mixed race, but some came out albino, some came out full negro. had a little note card sitting on a shelf behind the camera. Lighting and stuff. So the first question, identity. Second question, history. Third question, faith. Realize that even if you think you're an atheist, you have faith. You believe. You haven't seen conclusive evidence to a damn thing. You have faith. You have a religion called atheism. You worship, well, no, you think you worship science. What you really worship is chaos. See, there's this Canaanite deity called Thal, and he's convinced you that the world is one. I don't believe Disney movies when I see them, so I personally don't share that opinion. And don't get me started on everybody's adamant, not just acceptance, but zeal, jihad. You fight for theories, not laws. The law of gravity, okay? Law of gravity is loose at best. Okay, but at least it's called law. So everybody should believe in that. You gotta be insane if you don't believe stuff falls. Okay, right? Right. But the theory of evolution. Are you kidding me? Are you like secret Satanist fanatics? The answer is no. Or are you being misled by something that you don't believe in? See, just because you think the devil exists doesn't mean he went bye-bye. You understand? Just because you've never seen Australia doesn't mean there ain't kangaroos hopping around there, does it? I know I've been there, Australia. Lovely place. Got this one there, but that was a whole different time. Okay. Where was I? Oh yeah, standing in my living room. Anyway, so I just have one question to ask. Not really a question, just a general statement, a word of advice, if you will. Even if you aren't interested in believing in them, learn about people's faiths. Learn about what people believe. Don't learn about what's on the surface. Don't learn about what the politician says when he's trying to get elected by those people. You understand? Learn what those people believe. Learn what the best of them thinks that the rest of them should believe. Or else you have no judgment. You have no say-so. You have no credibility. And all you're doing is furthering a demonic cause. And if you don't believe in demons, let me phrase this a different way. All you're doing is driving people away from your point of view. If you'd like to reach people, you need to bring them closer to your point of view. Make sense? All you're doing is sowing war, not peace. You need to, first of all, approach everything you don't understand out of love, at least initially. Have the courage to suffer consequences and make mistakes. Have the courage to endure God's will and random circumstance as it's meant to affect your life. Don't be a bitch, basically. But basically, stop judging the faithful on the actions of the faithless. Is that fair enough? You get Bill Maher, I love you, man. You're brilliant. But stop bashing Christians. Bash individual churches. Bother to take the time to mention them. But most Christians Their point of view is the reason why you have a platform to say what you say. And don't go pointing out to me two people that were founding fathers that were atheists because of a couple of quotes that you misunderstand. None of the founding fathers were atheists. There were a couple of Jews. There were a couple of Johannites. There were a couple of Yermanites, word that nobody uses anymore. Because we fucking killed all those people. Just firebomb the fuck out of them. Said they were all baby fuckers and racists and Jew haters, and they just weren't. Most of the information we have was given to us by Russia, and all the information that has surfaced since incriminates Russia. You can go look it up for yourself. I don't want to get into it. I don't really support any side in any conflict. I simply don't. I'm not for you. I'm not against you. But I wish you'd all just get along. If you're at conflict with somebody, it's because you don't know the truth. Because if you knew the truth, the truth would be a weapon for you. And there is no greater weapon than the truth. So drop your AK-47s and your roadside bombs, drop your RPGs and your Ukrainian weapons. Ukrainian weapon. The only Ukrainian weapons are the ones in the hands of Ukrainians. Okay? I was literally back there making a count of the few little shitty tanks that they stole from the Ukrainians as they rebelled. They invaded. They've been doing it every 100 years for as long as I can remember. And that's no. Number 4, memory. Remember that nobody is perfect. And it takes more than a few greedy people to pull off a conspiracy. And generally speaking, what I mean by that is stop forgetting about the influence of demons. Because pretending demons don't exist, pretending that ancient beings, whether you want to call them angels, demons, aliens, interdimensional beings, whatever, pretending they don't exist is just foolish. There is an entire human history of not only belief in these beings, but different cultures around the world believing in the same beings. Completely non-interconnected cultures drawing the same things, building the same buildings to worship the same types of gods responsible for the same things, and it's not just a matter of coincidence. Just trust me. A little premise that I meant to start this video with. A lot of you've never really thought you could learn history because, well, to really know history, wouldn't you have to at least talk to somebody who was there? Number 5, fear. Beware of the plans within plans. Let's see. Can't read my own handwriting. Beware of the plans within plans. Does anybody know what that means? It's a Dune reference. Um, See, the media has long been used, whether it's been town criers or uh, there's there used to be little. I don't think y'all have these still. Little brass thing. This big, maybe little newsletters, kind of. That was really long time ago. Sorry. But you have a bunch of different countries using these outlets, and you have one culture in particular whose entire faith premise is based on manipulation of everyone else, and they think they're better than everyone else, and they basically think they're commanded by their God to kill everyone else. Well, they like to control the media. And in fact, a long time ago, their nation was called media. Yeah, media. Look up a little Khazar conspiracy. Try to filter out all the white supremacist bullshit. You know, I mean, don't become another Jew hater just because the Russians tricked the Germans, a few Germans, into being Jew haters. Tribe of Benjamin and the tribe of Judah, that's what was in Germany. They were fighting amongst Jews. It was a Hebrew civil war. Okay? Certainly wasn't. Anyway. It's a perfect example, actually. The Holocaust. If you question anything about the Holocaust, you're called a Holocaust denier. And how dare you question anything about the Holocaust? I'm not questioning the Holocaust. I'm not questioning that those people died. I'm questioning Russia. Okay? I'm questioning the sons of Heth, the men from the north. Those who wrote what they were commanded not to write. Sorry, Jack. Johnny's back. Yeah, sorry. I frequently have conversations with ancient beings and ghosts, and get through a 23-minute video without that happening. Okay, so let's go to number 5. We already went to number 5. Oh, look, I can make a mistake on camera, and I've already gone too far in this video to delete it. So we're just keeping that. We're keeping that, people. Keeping that. Roll with it. Number 6. Honesty. I don't really like number 6. 16 or something. Be willing to say, repeat after me, atheists, Muslims, sons of Israel. I don't even know what to call you. Like, jeez. Be willing to say something that people with experience, like from, the ghetto, or who just been through a lot in their lives, understand. The phrase goes, repeat after me, I don't know. That's the thing that you say when you're not sure enough to answer a question. Okay? Not, I have a theory. The word you're looking for, or I don't know. You say, I don't know yet. I hope to one day know. The word you're looking for is I don't know. I don't know, but here's my theory. But not like, this is the theory of evolution. You must believe this or you are a crazy person. Seriously? There hasn't been a single scientific proof of evolution. There has been circumstantial proof, but nothing that would convict anyone in a court of law. You follow me? Like, there has been recorded side-to-side genetic movement. There has never been up or down genetic movement. There has been degradation, but nothing has ever evolved or devolved. And in fact, these corporations that are paying for these studies that you get all this evolution data from, they're trying to cover up all the chemicals that they fucking dump in the water. Because all this side-to-side species migration, oh, yeah, chemically induced, messing with hormones, messing with genetics. See, as a forensic scene, the earth has been tainted. As a forensic scene, the earth is completely invalid. If you claim to draw scientific conclusions based on analysis of, let's face it, less than 3% of the earth's surface, first of all, you're delusional for thinking that just on the numbers. Second of all, you're being disingenuous to yourself or to other people. There's only those two things. You're either lying to yourself or you're lying to other people. Because you're going to islands where nuclear tests were done trying to study the natural geology of the planet. You're going to places where wars upon wars upon wars upon wars were fought and things were set up intentionally to deceive the people who came after, and thinking that you understand history. You know what you can understand? What you have seen with your eyes and heard with your ears. That's what you can understand. If your family has a legacy, tradition, there's better words for that in other language. I don't really call it in English. Almost. Then you have a chance at grasping history, but only from the perspective, only what the ears and eyes of your family heard and saw. And I know the urge to trust your whole family, but chances are somebody in your family was a liar at some point. And for the whole archaeological community to be basically deceiving the public so that they can get paid has been more of a detriment to society than many of you can understand. You have all slowly come to be at war with each other because of your doubts, because of your excuses, because of your rationalizations of what you'd rather believe than follow just the basics, really. Just do unto others as you would have them do unto you. It's not that hard. Throw a roll of toilet paper at my dog because he's sitting there just scratching his little butt off. You know what? Let's just press stop and ruin this whole video because my dog. Hello, Dingo. Just looking around, scratching. Look at me, scratching. You lay down in your room. Well, in your room. 30 minutes, huh? Well, if you've actually watched this damn video this long, I'm thankful. Thank you. the puppy face. Number 7, fear. No. Number 7 is strength. The opposite of fear. Sorry, my chemistry got a little off there when I got irritated. That's the whole being human thing. It's a challenge. It's a video game that you can never get bored with, if you will. Number 7 is strength. And I wish all of you strength. But I caution you not to give up hope. Because when you give up hope, your strength is gone. Don't let people speak to you in absolutes and tell you that this person is evil and that this person is the devil and that this person is the Antichrist. My God, he's our lawfully elected president. What is wrong with you people? And frankly, he's done a damn good job. Especially with all of you children acting like your dicks are on fire because he's black. It's because he's black. The only real problem. He's a centrist. He's bowed to defense and security in more ways than you could really expect a Democrat to. More than Bill Clinton, really. He's a centrist. He's black. So he's an ultra-liberal fucking jungle Nazi. What was that? What was that picture about? With the he's a witch doctor with a little hula. He's a hula dancer, witch doctor, Hitler. Are you fucking kidding me? Do you really think you will be spared the wrath of God for your lies? Children. Wrinkles. Hear and know the truth. Stop fighting.